Taishi Ci fights with the young overlord. Sun Ce cuts short the White Tiger King. Haunted by failure and loss, Zhang Fei raised his blade to end his life. The fierce general who had frightened armies now trembled before his own remorse. Liu Bei stopped the fatal blow and spoke of brotherhood, hands and feet that could never be severed. Their oath in the peach garden still bound them stronger than despair.
Brother, the city is lost, but heaven has not ended our road.
Tears flowed freely between brothers. With the coming light, sorrow lifted, and the oath of the peach garden burned bright once more. Hearing of Lu Bu's triumph, Yuan Shu schemed again, sending lavish gifts, grain, horses, silver, and silk, to lure the mighty warrior into striking Liu Bei. When Lu Bu's 50,000 troops approached, Liu Bei led his smaller army away from Shuyi under cover of the storm, outwitting strength with patience. Liu Bu then sent a messenger to demand Yuan Shu's promised reward, but Yuan Shu refused, claiming Liu Bei still lived. Fury consumed Liu Bu, yet Chen Gong's calm counsel turned wrath into strategy.
Ally, not attack.
Guided by Chen Gong's counsel, Liu Bu calmed his anger and invited Liu Bei back to Xuzhou. Guan Yu cautioned,
"He changes sides like the wind."
but Liu Bei replied,
Even wind can carry us home.
Liu Bu returned Liu Bei's family unharmed and sent gifts of grain and silk. Their meeting ended months of bitterness, and peace returned to the battered city.
I seized the city only to keep order. Your brother's harshness stirred unrest.
I had long wished to yield it to you. Let harmony endure between us.
Declining Liu Bu's offer to reclaim Xuzhou, Liu Bei settled in Xiaopei. Though his brothers were uneasy, he accepted heaven's decree, finding peace in modest walls and the people's trust.
A hero bows not to pride, but to heaven. Let us build anew from calm soil.
After Sun Ce defeated Liu Gang of Lujiang, Yuan Shu celebrated with a splendid banquet. Once his father's ally, Sun Ce now served under Yuan Shu's banner, winning victories yet feeling the sting of dependence. Sun Ce, son of the great Sun Jian, once vowed to continue his father's legacy. Yet beneath another man's command, he felt more like a shadow than a son of heroes. Though admired by Yuan Shu, Sun Ce's heart burned with grief.
My father won fame with valor,
He thought.
yet I, his son, live bound by another's pride.
Zhuge, once a commander under Sun Jian, found the young master alone in despair. His laughter and loyalty rekindled the courage that grief had buried.
Your father carved a path through chaos. Will his son remain still beneath another's shadow?
Zhuge urged Sun Tzu to seize his fate, secure command under the pretense of helping his uncle Wu Jing, and build his own power apart from Yuan Shu's grasp. Lu Fan, a strategist serving Yuan Shu, pledged loyalty to Sun Ce in secret. With his wit, the plan gained strength, and courage turned into clear direction. Sun Ce revealed his father's legacy, the Imperial Seal. Zhuge suggested it could be pledged to Yuan Shu, who long desired it, in exchange for soldiers and rank. Feigning sorrow, Sun Ce begged for men to rescue his mother's family, offering the Imperial Seal as pledge. Yuan Shu, tempted by power, granted him troops and the title of general who exterminates brigands.
Keep the jewels safe with me, and I shall trust you with 3,000 soldiers.
With soldiers, horses, and his father's generals, Sun Ce finally broke free from Yuan Shu's shadow. The young hero rode south, carrying both hope and fire in his heart. On his march, Sun Ce met Zhou Yu, his dearest friend from youth. The two vowed to fight side by side once more, bound by honor and brotherhood.
Brother, our dream begins today. Together, we'll carve a realm worthy of your father's name.
In the stillness of night, the young heroes shaped their dream. 3 minds, 1 purpose, to unite the South and bring light to a fractured land. Following Zhou Yu's advice, Sun Ce visited the 2 wise Zhangs. Impressed by his sincerity and vision, they joined him, completing the circle of talent that would forge a kingdom. The next goal was Yangzhou, ruled by Liu Yao. Driven from Shaochun by Yuan Shu, he now held Kui. Sun Ce's staff shaped a plan: strike fast, split forces, and secure the river. Hearing Sun Ce would attack, Liu Yao called council. Zhang Ying proposed holding Nuzhu's river crossing. Another voice rose, Taishi Ci, brave and brilliant, asking to lead the vanguard against the coming storm.
Let me meet them first, my lord.
Liu Yao, fearing risk, refused his youth the van. He kept Taishi Ci near, sending Zhang Ying to fortify Nuzhu, where the grain was stored, trusting walls more than a single fearless heart. Huang Gai engaged Zhang Ying, but fire erupted in his rear. With stores aflame, the defense collapsed. Sun Ce pressed hard. Zhang Ying fled the hills. Nuzhu lost in a rush of smoke and shouts. The arsonists were Zhang Qin and Zhou Tai, bold band leaders who admired Sun Ce's generosity. With 300 comrades, they aided the victory, surrendered plunder, and were welcomed with rank and trust. After Nuzhu, Liu Yao marched to face Sun Ce. The armies camped on opposite slopes of the sacred hills, each measuring the other, each seeking heaven's favor before steel decided. Ignoring warnings of ambush, Sun Ce climbed to the temple of Liu Shu. He prayed for success, not for himself alone, but to restore his father's honor and stabilize the land.
If heaven grants victory, I shall rebuild this shrine and honor the seasons.
Vow complete, he scouted the ridgeline despite counsel to refrain. Below lay Liu Yao's camp, orderly, watchful. Boldness pulled Sun Ce forward. Destiny tugged from the valley. A scout warned of riders on the ridge. Liu Yao forbade pursuit, but Taishi Ci would not waste the chance. With one brave companion, he charged to meet the unknown, Sun Ce himself.
Which is Sun Ce.
I am he.
Spear met spear. 50 bouts flashed like lightning, skill against skill, neither yielding. Respect kindled even as points sought armor's gap. Seeing no opening, Taishi Ci chose guile. Draw the tiger from the ridge, away from escorts where terrain might favor capture. Sun Ce followed fearless, eager for the finish. Half a hundred clashes more, then grips upon spear shafts dragged both champions down. On foot they wrestled. Sun Ce snatching Taishi Ci's short lance, Taishi Ci tearing Sun Ce's helmet free. Shouts rolled as armies collided. Evening storms ended the struggle. Both sides withdrew to camp, respect unspoken, contest unfinished, spirits smoldering like wetted coals. Morning brought taunts. He'd be dead if he hadn't fled, answered by,
Sun Ce's head is here already.
Pride burned on both banks of courage as champions readied anew. Taishi Ci demanded Sun Ce himself. Cheng Pu answered, trading 30 fierce passes. Gongs ended the duel, not for weakness, but for urgent news arriving like a sudden wind. Qi had fallen, Zhou Yu's surprise and Chen Wu's betrayal within. Liu Yao broke off the duel and withdrew toward Moling, seeking Shui Li and Zerong to rebuild strength. Zhang Zhao advised a night assault. Sun Ce agreed. 5 coordinated charges shattered the camp. Only Taishi Ci stood firm, then escaped with 10 horsemen to Jingxian. Sun Ce valued courage. Chen Wu had plenty. As van leader, he split enemy lines, felling foes and forcing Shui Li into defense, while Sun Ce maneuvered toward the river crossings. In moments, Yumi was seized, and Fan Neng died of terror at Sun Ce's roar. 2 enemies gone like sparks in wind. Soldiers whispered a new name, the young overlord.
Lay down arms and live.
After a crushing defeat, many yielded. Liu Yao ran for refuge with Liu Bei. At Moling's walls, an arrow wounded Sun Ce, yet a clever ruse soon turned pain into victory. Sun Ce ordered a false lament. Believing him dead, enemy commanders attacked at night, straight into ambush. Panic shattered ranks, leaders fell, and Moling opened its gates in fear. He appeared on horseback, very much alive. Terror swept the attackers. Shui Li, Chen Heng, and Zhang Ying were slain in the rout. The city yielded. Mercy tempered victory as Sun Ce forbade slaughter. Taishi Ci gathered recruits at Jingxian. Zhu Yu proposed capture, not killing. Pressure 3 sides, leave 1 escape. Spring ambush on the exhausted. Sun Ce agreed. Heroes should join, not perish. Jingxian's walls were low, the new recruits undisciplined. Chen Wu lit rooftops while 3 sides pressed hard. Taishi Ci led a breakout east, exactly where the snare waited unseen. Pursued 15 miles, he reached the reed beds and the trap. Tripping lines toppled horse and rider. Surrounded and unbowed, Taishi Ci at last became Sun Ce's prisoner, alive and invaluable. Greatness recognizes greatness. Sun Ce freed his captive, offered honor instead of chains, and invited him to feast. Kindness cracked resistance. Loyalty began not with fear, but respect.
Had you seized me by the shrine, would I still dine today?
Who can say?
After the feast, Taishi Ci asked to gather his old comrades. Defeated men, he said, would now follow Sun Ce. The request was daring, freedom for a captive, but the promise gleamed like tempered steel.
Give me 1 day. I'll bring back men who still honor courage.
Sun Ce's generals protested. He'll never return. But Sun Ce silenced them. Trust, he said, could win hearts where chains could not. By noon tomorrow, Taishi Ci would prove whether honor still ruled men.
He'll return. I trust his word. We meet at noon.
Then by noon, I'll stand here again.
As morning passed, doubts grew louder. Sun Ce stood quietly by a bamboo rod, watching its shadow creep.
Hold your tongues. It is not noon.
Patience, he believed, was the courage between battles. When the shadow reached the base, thunder of hooves echoed. Taishi Ci returned with 1,000 men. Doubt turned to awe, and trust was crowned in daylight.
I return as pledged.
Then stand with me and let the Southland rise.
In Wujun, a warlord called Yuan Bei, the White Tiger, ruled through fear. When he heard of Sun Ce's rising power, he sent his brother Yan Yu to block him at Maple Bridge. At Maple Bridge, Yan Yu challenged Sun Ce's army. Han Dang charged boldly, while Zhang Qian and Chen Wu struck from below the bridge. Surprised, Yan Yu's men broke ranks, and victory belonged to Sun Ce.
Courage wins the morning. Press on.
When Wujun mocked their siege, Taishi Ci's arrow silenced scorn, pinning a man's hand to wood in one shot. Fear spread among the rebels. Courage burned brighter in Sun Ce's ranks. Yan Bei dared offer to share the south. Sun Ce's pride flared. He struck down the messenger and sent his head back to the city. The White Tiger's arrogance met the bright overlord's wrath.
One land, one peace. No thief divides it with me.
City after city fell to Sun Ce's strength. The White Tiger's troops scattered, and even villagers rose against him. Pursued by Ling Xiao, the bandit fled toward Kuaiji, his power broken, his name in ruin. At Kuaiji, Governor Wang Lang joined the White Tiger in defiance. Battle raged through rain and thunder. Zhou Yu's sudden flank crushed them, forcing both rebels to retreat into the fortress. Feigning retreat, Sun Ce lured the rebels into Chadu's woods, then struck with fire and fury. Zhou Xin was slain in the chaos, and the White Tiger fled, his strength broken by Sun Ce's cunning. Wang Lang fled to the coast and Kuaiji yielded. Dongxi brought the White Tiger's head in victory, ending years of turmoil. The south at last lay quiet beneath Sun Ce's banner.
My lord, the White Tiger is no more.
Then let peace root deep in Jiangdong.
Sun Ce demanded back the state seal he once pledged. But Yuan Shu delayed, his gaze fixed on the glowing jade. Greed stirred in his heart, and a darker ambition took root.
A jewel so useful. Not yet.
Yuan Shu gathered his officers, angered by Sun Ce's growing strength. Advisor Yang Dajiang urged caution. Liu Bei should fall first. Once the dragon was trapped, the tiger could be slain.
Strike at Liu Bei first. Only then can Sun Ce be broken.